Go.
Yeah, what up? It's your FN Black Rose, Dutch Rebel.
Hey, Dutch. All right, so we're going to do a walk in the park with Dutch Rebel
Yes,
on this beautiful 60-degree weather day.
Yes.
So
Roaming with the roses.
she's going to be talking to y'all while I'm kind of talking in the background. So we're just going to walk. So tell me a little bit about this whole Dutch versus Vonda situation we got going on.
Well, I always say I'm a Gemini, so easy way to make it, a reference for you. Like, Vonda and Dutch is the same thing. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Dutch is a little bit more aggressive, I guess. More, musical, so you have to be a little bit more business-minded. Like, she's more about details and trying to figure stuff out. But Vonda is a mix of all of that, so I am the same person. This Dutch came from me, you know what I mean? It's my creative side, it's my passion side, it's, really something that I'm trying to get people to understand, like, as far as, especially with girls, Black Rose is like, you can be whoever you want, you can do whatever you want, like, you can do whatever you want, like, nobody can really tell you what to do, you can be allowed to be told what to do, but, it's just really just being whoever you want to be. So if I want to be Dutch, I want to be Vonda, I want to be Dutchy, I want to be Mr. Val, it's fine, it should be okay, so that's really what that's about.
So what are kind of the things why Dutch? Why the name Dutch?
Dutch comes from my government. Vonda is my real name, Vanda. So in high school, they used to call me Von Dutch, the hats, the little trucker hats.
Gotcha.
So it was Von Dutch, just stayed around Von Dutch, and then around school it got shorter, and they just stayed Dutch. I got to college, Penn State, shout out to Penn State. So it was just Dutch, and then Rebel is more so of a meaning for me. It's more of the artistic side. It's more of the, Rebelle. That's a French spelling. I'm Haitian. So.
Okay.
And then also it's a reference to a Lauryn Hill song as well that I find it hard to say on the Unplugged album. Mm-hmm. She has a song. It's called Rebelle as well. But so Dutch Rebel came together, ran with it, made sense.
So your background is Haitian. Were you born and raised in Boston, or were you in Haiti at any point?
I was born in Haiti.
Okay.
Moved from Haiti to Mattapan Square, and then real quick after that, we moved to Milton. So I grew up in Milton, right in that same area. I'm Haitian. There's Dominican side. My grandfather is Dominican, but I was born in Haiti, so the Haitian side is definitely a lot more obvious in my family, but it's a different perspective. It's dope. I mean, especially if you know Mattapan, like that's heavy Haitian. So it was cool. It's like you got a cousin every 5 miles or something like that. It works out.
Cool. Yeah. So as an artist coming out of Boston and definitely being in Mattapan and stuff, you definitely have such a gritty style for a girl, quote unquote, right? So how has that kind of been shaped in you? Like, is it from the street life? Is it from yourself?
I mean, it's from, my mom is like, she's a little goonette in herself, you know what I mean? So it's like Haitians, street in Mattapan, like that area, and any real like street. I mean, I grew up technically in a suburb, but I live so close to Mattapan Square. It's literally 2-minute walk. 2 minutes. So it's like you get to see different perspectives, and I mean, I may be a little grittier, but I really feel as though it's not common and it's not as acceptable, but there's a lot of girls out there that are like that. There's a lot of girls out there that are like that, and it's because of what they're used to. Like, if you have older uncles, like my father's one of like 7 or 8 boys. You know what I mean? So uncles, my older brother, my older cousins, they get into stuff, and I mean, I never had problems with girls, but I guess my logic and just how I was raised, it flocks more to dudes. So it's like I just see things a little differently. I got to get the perspective of males, through them dealing with females. So it's like the grittiness is really just not hiding it. I think every girl can really get serious. Like every girl has it in her. There's no doubt about it. So it's just mine's a little different. I mean, I'm from Boston. A lot of people in the industry, they're not used to that perspective at all. So I think Boston girls are fairly gritty. I think they are, and it's because you look at the street, you look at the dynamic. Like a lot of the dudes, they get in a lot of stuff, a lot of trouble. It's a lot of sisters, a lot of girlfriends. It's a lot of baby mothers. It's a lot of mothers, even, you know what I mean? And all, we have a voice in the street life. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's someone's shorty, everyone's somebody's little sister. Like, damn, you got locked up again. Like, you know what I mean? So it's and then Haitian too. Like, you kind of have to be the mother and the father type thing. So that's part of what Beauty vs. the Beast is too. It's not really like, you know, 'cause some girls be like, oh, you trying to act like a dude. Like, I didn't know this, yo. I just know what I know. Like, I just know what I know, and I know what I feel, what comes to me, and I like that though. You have to just be open-minded and keep an open perspective. Like, you say I'm gritty, but there's places that I can go to that a girl look at me look like I'm a freaking pansy, like I'm a flower. You know what I mean? So it's all perspective. It's all opinion. It's all perspective. But I just try to see things for as many different ways as possible. As many different ways as possible.
Okay.
So yeah.
And tell me about, like, running with the boys in this industry, and running with, you know, even
Bros.
with even with, you know, Famous Nobodies. Like, are they like your crew? Are they like, you know, your backup singers? No, I'm just kidding. But
no, I get you. And then of course, you know, that comes about. FN is, well, basically I was, you know, when I first started doing music, I was by myself. Like, it was just me. I just came from school. Like, I came back to Boston and I was just like, all right, I want to do this. And I linked up with them at a show. They saw me, and it was just pretty much like they just inducted me into the team. So I wasn't really doing the clique thing. I wasn't trying to do that because, you know, female, male, like running with the boys, it's a lot of drama. It is.
Right.
It is. It's the bottom line. It is. So, but, you know, I respect their hustle, and I respect, like, the music, especially the music. And, you know, we just linked from there. So it's like, yeah, I got a nice little team that I can run with. I mean, I do my own music and everything like that, but there's a camp that I'm always going to be doing music with. You know what I mean? There's a camp that I'm always going to be doing collabs with, and we run together. We all stand for the same thing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and according to them, I'm a bro. So that's, as far as that's concerned, like, I'm a bro. So it's, you know, I don't really get special treatment. I mean, I don't get special treatment really. They, yo, shut up, bro. Like, you know, like, that's it. And it's a respect thing, though. You know what I mean? Like, running with the boys is not really that complicated. It's, if you allow yourself to get disrespected, you're gonna get disrespected. Like, and you know, most chicks who've been around, and they, you know that. Like, no dude is gonna. I mean, there are some that are, you know, they feel real frisky, and they feel, you know, real bold, and they wild out. But for the most part, like, yo, running with the boys is not that complex if you know who you are, and if you know what you're doing. Like, every guy has a female perspective in their life. They know how to work with it if you know, just keep your grounds. And I think that's why, you know, FN rocks with me, because they know I grind. You know what I mean? I definitely grind, and vice versa. So, you know, running with the boys is cool. And then you get a whole bunch of brothers every time, you know, dude wants to try to talk to you and stuff. You know, you just point to the letters.
Right.
And, you know, send the back signal down and you're out. So it's very convenient also.
Yeah, but I was thinking about that. You know, some people talk about, you know, even, you know, having those groupies, male groupies, that they do exist. Okay. So what's kind of the experience that you've had dealing with that?
I mean, musically or not, I guess I'm not. I mean, you know, I guess I'm alright. I heard physically I'm alright.
Whatever. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. Thank you.
But honestly, like, you know, every female has the, you know, that story of that guy that chased them down the block, like, trying to get their attention. And it's, you know, but musically, it's a little different because a lot of people, like, as far as dates and stuff like that go, a lot of people just assume dudes try to, like, come to me all the time, and I don't know if they're scared, or I don't know if it's like they just assume I'm not having it. I am married to the music, so they're usually right. But it's like, it's partially they respect my talent, but they really can't get past it. Like, I've had dudes straight up say, like, Ma, you're really confusing me right now. Like, yeah, beast, but you look good. I don't really know how to take this in. Like, you know what I mean? And that's cool, and that's great, and that's what I like, because the point is, stop trying to figure it out. Just let it be. Stop. Don't hurt yourself. You don't have to wrap your mind around it. Just let it be what it is. And so for the dudes, like, I mean, you know, it's cool, but they see how I am. They see how I operate. They see what type of dudes I keep around me, what type of people I keep around me, how I maintain myself. If you want to feel froggy and just go on a long shot and come at me like real crazy, like, you can try it. I'm not ignorant, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna, like, shit disrespect you, but I'm gonna pull your card if it's out there. I'm gonna do that. So it's funny. It's funny because
That's
it's like, nah,
hilarious.
it's funny because it's like the thirstiness is cool, but be real. That's all it's about. Be real. I'm very much about just be 100, yo. Like, don't tell me, oh my God, yo, I love all your music, and it's like you seen a video on mute. You just think I'm cute. So you ask me for my number, I'm gonna ask you why. For what? I want to talk to you about what?
Right.
And
right.
I'm not being mean. I'm just
Right.
being myself. So,
Right.
thirsty dudes are great. You need them. You know, sometimes they
need
make
'em.
you feel good. Sometimes you're not feeling so good. They make you feel better too. You know? I like your shoes, Mom. Thank you. I like my shoes too. Like, you know, so
Cool.
it's cool. It's all love, and they're showing me love. They don't have to. They can keep it silent.
Right.
So I respect it. It's all in the territory.
Right. Right.
It comes to the territory.
So now you've done South by Southwest.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about how that experience was. Was it your first time
Yes.
at the
Yes.
conference?
South
Okay.
by Southwest was crazy. South by Southwest was like a week-long thing of music festival, film festival, for those who don't know what it is. Basically, imagine like Times Square type, like, you know, just a whole bunch of streets, blocks and everything. They just shut everything down. And it's every single venue, spot, restaurant on the whole strip has concerts going on all day long for a week. So it was you know, me, Black Rose, shout out to Black Rose, shout out to the Trinity. That's Reggie Reg, you know, my booking manager. Shout out to DJ Shasha, my music manager. That's Black Rose's family, you know. And it was just us three down there, and it's really like, I mean, we had a show booked, so we got, you know, we did the show, but it's really like sink or swim down there. Like, if you can get your own gigs off strength of just networking and politicking, you might end up playing 15 shows just right at that time. So,
Wow.
it was a lot of that. It was a lot of running around. It's a lot of meeting people. It's a lot of, ooh, there's such and such. Ooh, there's such. That too. You know, Show Off was down there, Static Select, Rex. It was crazy. It was really a dope experience that I think everyone should go to. You don't have to really be like trying to be an artist or trying to be a musician or anything like that, because it's still a show. You're still a fan. So there's a lot to do. It was a great time, you know, and we were just, you know, pushing out Beauty vs. the Beast, pushing out the mixtape. Rocksmith, that was a showcase we did. Hustle Palooza, shout out to Hustle Summit in Chicago. A lot of great people. Met a lot of great people. I'm gonna do it again. It was dope.
Good.
So dope.
Good. Maybe.
You should go. You should definitely go.
But with your mixtape,
Yes.
you know, some artists come out, especially new female artists come out, especially rappers,
Yeah.
kind of attacking other rappers.
Yeah.
And you don't really do that.
No.
Kind
I
of.
mess
Can you
with 'em
talk a little
little.
bit?
But that's partly who I am. Like, but because it comes back to being confident in who you are. Like, I was talking to a homie of mine actually not so long ago, Big T Boston, and he's like, you know, we were just talking about the fact that a lot of people are insecure with who they are, so everyone around them bothers them because it's a challenge. You know what I mean? Like, they might one day pull my card and expose me as being whack. So like, I'm not really concerned with that because my passion really is in the music and is in the writing and the craft and the art. So it's like, how can I be focused on trying to make this records and bash you when I'm so focused over here trying to just make sure my stuff's on point? So that's really kind of how I operate. Like, I don't have time to be trying to knock people down. Like, they do a good job by themselves most of the time anyway. So they do. Like, they do a great job at knocking themselves down. So there's really no point to that. And that's not why I do it. Like, if anything, I say, you know, I refer to myself a lot. I say, like, the tutor, the rap tutor, like the jungle journalist, like because, you know, I went to school for writing. And I was always kind of that kid anyway. Like, you know, like I said, I was like the bridge in between the hood and the, you know, the academia. Like, I had my homies, I was helping them with their homework. And, you know, in turn for, yo, give me a word, son. Like, you know, it's cool. But I try to, like, just put you on. Like, if you're really passionate about something and you're not as good, I'd rather show you how to do it better than to, you know, you're good to me if you're whack. You know what I mean? You're no good to me. So it's like, and that sounds selfish, but honestly, if you can't be used, you're useless. Like, we're trying to build with each other. So if you're whack, I'll try to, you know, if I don't care enough about you to actually try to teach you, then I'll just let you be. There's no time, there's no benefit in bashing you. I really don't have time for it. Like, so, you know, common sense is not that common. I think that's a good way
It's
to
true.
operate. Like,
It's really true.
I can't be moved by your, you know, inability to move.
Right. And with your doing the whole, don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm good. I'll come back for it. But with all you're doing the different types of being in journalism,
Yeah.
do you plan to kind of go back, or did you get what you wanted out of your education?
Well, I think I'm doing it now. Honestly, I mean, the brick jungle journalist, like the street journalist, the rap reporter, like, I'm doing it now. You know what I mean? Reporting and writing is just a voice and connecting with an audience. So if you change the audience, and writing songs is being able to change the audience, change the delivery, change the story within bars, like 2, 3, 4 bars, you can switch it and change the whole story up. So it's like, I think it's really the same thing. So a lot of like, you know, just structure, if you want to go real hip hop and break down my lyrics and like syllables and alliteration, like you obviously know I write, like you know that I write. Right. I would hope so. Like, you know what I mean? Like I would hope so.
I know, but I don't know.
Exactly. Like, you know that I've studied some type of technique. It's not just me putting words on paper. But as far as like, you know, school and things like that, I mean, I had the option of, I was actually in school for law up until like my last year of college. Like, up until like 3rd year, legit. Changed it in the summertime to journalism because I just realized that, I can wake up every day doing law and be happy because I'm going to be writing. I'm going to be at work writing. So it doesn't make sense. But I switched to communications and did writing because I knew that I would learn a lot about what I'm doing now from that. Business, communications, advertising, PR, and the writing is just as important because it's about being able to communicate. Art is communication. That's exactly what it is. That's like the definition. It's communicating something. So I really feel like it's the same exact thing. Like, I had professors that were like, oh my gosh, you're writing music? That's great. I'm sure you'll be awesome, but the journalism world is going to miss you. And I'm like, it's the same thing. If you print it on a piece of paper, if you print my lyrics out on a piece of paper, it's the same thing. And that's my goal. Like, I try to keep it like that. I try to make every little story, every little bar, every little verse, every little project, like you read something. You know, you learned something. That's one of the things.
So do you have like a writing process, or is it just, does it come from the sky? How does it come to
you? Really, I mean, I tried to like nowadays because I'm actually taking it seriously. I'm doing projects and I'm doing shows and stuff. And I'm doing these style series, Fridays. Now it's more like I try to make it, part of my routine. Like wake up in the morning, write. Whatever it is that I do the first couple hours of the day, just going in. But the only thing I can say I do regularly is like I'll keep certain songs like on cue. Like I might be working on like 6 beats at a time or something like that, like 6, 7, 8 beats at a time, and I'm just doing like little pieces for each one. Now, what comes from the sky is which one comes out first. You know what I mean? Like I'll probably just, this one will just be knocking to me at that moment, and I'll just, I'll maybe bang out the whole song. And there's one that I might be working on it for like 3 weeks, like Live It Come It. Like I think I had like my Haitian tribute song for the earthquake. I think I had like 2, 3 lines for like a month and a half, and then it just came out one day, the whole thing, the whole entire thing. So it's really like I try not to force it. I'm still learning how to like kind of harness it, but I try not to force it because that's when it's whack, and that's when you're not who you are anymore. You're trying to sound like something else. Once you're trying to sound like something, I'll stop and I'll start over, or I'll go to another song. So that's pretty much like my routine as far as writing. And I write a lot in the car. I don't know why. Like places that you're not supposed to be writing. Like if I was at work, when I was at certain jobs, I would be getting in trouble for doing that. Writing on the envelopes on the stationery. I was still all day stationery. My fault. Stop and shop. But I used to take all the stationery and I write on anything. It comes to me. But cars, desks, restaurants, just fucked up. Just it's not good. But yeah, I write on a lot of stuff. I used to write on everything, honestly. So my writing process is it's natural. I call it natural. I say it's a natural process, organic.
All right.
If that makes sense.
And what's next for you? There's this VH1 thing coming up, and
yes. Well, I actually don't know if it's going to be affiliated with VH1. I hope so. But it's the 2nd annual Underground Women's Hip Hop Honors in LA.
Okay.
I know that. That's downtown LA. It's May 21st. I'm sorry, May 21st. That's going to be ridiculous, actually. Shauna, Sugar T, Roxanne Shante, Diamond Trina's, all of them. They're going to be out there. I'm performing out there, so it's gonna be crazy. Link up with some friends and family. I have Wale coming up, the show on the 16th.
Right, right. I saw that.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
exciting.
That's bananas. We have a lot of shows coming up. Actually, April 17th with FN, we're doing the Unplugged event at Conga Lounge as well. Man, we got shows coming up like crazy. And Married to the Music, we got more music. Married to the Music is the project.
Okay, okay.
Married to the Music, everyone's kind of asking, like, what's it about?
Yeah, because I was like, okay, the mixtape is great and all, but I'm going to need an album.
What next?
I'm going to need...
So Married to the Music is on the way. We have crazy producers on that. Shout out to Battle Axe, WMS The Sultan, Hoop Desert. We have Forensic Unity, we have Easy, we have Elevated Music, like Sean St. Cyr. These producers are just great people. Like, the beats that I have for it and just the way the project's going is dope. I mean, Married to the Music, it's really just like, Beauty Rest the Beast is kind of introduce you to what I'm about, what my life looks like right now. Mm-hmm. But Married to the Music is really just like me stepping up and, taking my rightful place. Married to the Music, you think of like the wifey. Every girl's like, I'm your favorite rapper, such and such, I'm your favorite. I just feel like I'm the one that's just kind of always there. You pretty much know I'm going to be there. I'm home when you need me. Come through if you're hungry. Like, I got bars. Like, you can come and get some of those if you want. Like, it's here though. And I feel like the respect that I get or the feedback that I get from the people, which, I'm so grateful for, because I really rock with my fans. Like, so can't take that from me. They feel me. That's what's up, because I really genuinely feel them too. So that works for me. But it's really just they respect me like, you're doing your thing, and it's kind of like a big sister type thing, or a just genuine you're doing something that most people don't do, and that's all real. So it's really just like responsibilities. Like, you're married to the game, you're faithful, you're loyal, like. And you're willing to go through better or for worse, for better or for worse. That's a tag. So the music for me really is for better or for worse. Like, I love it. If you love something, you're gonna do everything you can to keep it, and that's what Married to the Music is gonna sound like. It's gonna be crazy. Right. It's gonna be a cold summer.
Definitely. Well, we're looking forward to it. So we're gonna wrap up. We got a little exercise in today.
A little cardio.
Today. So is there anything else you want to shout out or say or share?
Fab, of course.
Oh, to me.
Yes, of course. Nah, but I'm definitely happy to be here, of course. I thought when I met up with you at Hard Rock.
Yeah,
I was like,
so
that's
sweet.
the girl I want to meet. I was like, I saw the article, I like it. But, but no, shout out to 617. Shout out to FN, shout out to Black Roses, shout out to Roaming, shout out to everybody watching the Me Styles that are going crazy right now. Me Style Fridays.
Okay.
Dutch Rebel 617 is the YouTube channel. And we do a weekly video every week. It's been going crazy. Shout out to everybody that voted for me. The New England Urban Music Awards.
All right.
Yes, best female artist.
Yes.
They voted for me for that. And best group for FN, just keep rocking with me. I won't let y'all down, That's all I gotta say. Like, right now, I'm fresh off of 2 shows and a studio session.
Yeah.
Just came from Prod V, came for the interview. I have a meeting in a few hours. And I love it, Honestly, it's fun. It's fun. It's hard work, but it's the only work I do for free. So let's do it. Let's do it. So yeah, shout out to everybody just holding me down. Boston 617 IT. Everybody else, they know what it is.
All
if
right.
I forgot you, don't be mad. I'll see you again.
So there you go, y'all. Walk in the park. Dutch Rebel.
Yeah.